The Whisper Beneath the Dust. A horror story set in New Mexico. Chapter 1. Vanishings. The first to go missing was Ellie, a wiry teenager with sunburnt freckles and a habit of taking late walks along the dried-out creek behind her family's ranch near El Mirasol. When she didn't come back one night, the local sheriff, Dale Kinney, blamed coyotes, though even he didn't believe it. No tracks. No signs of a struggle. Just her headphones lying in the dust, still playing some lo-fi pop through one earbud. A week later, 3 cows disappeared from the Gutierrez ranch. The pasture fence was intact. The lock on the gate, untouched. Mr. Gutierrez, a man of few words and many suspicions, said he saw a trail that glistened in the moonlight, slick, unnatural, like the belly of a fish had been dragged through oil. It stretched nearly 100 feet and vanished behind a hill. People began to murmur then. Old stories stirred like sand caught in wind gusts. Chapter 2. The Test Site. Back in the 1950s, the government tested something out near Los Caminos Mesa. A dry, flat chunk of desert no one ever wanted until it was full of warning signs and military fences. After the test, they bulldozed over the crater and posted guards for a few years, then packed up and left. Nature was supposed to reclaim it. But nature grew quiet there. Even lizards avoided the shade of the rocks. When a storm unearthed part of the old test bunker in 1992, a group of high schoolers went exploring. One came back muttering about bones and skin that moved. The others never spoke about it again. That year, sightings of La Culebra Fantasma started appearing in local diaries and fringe radio stations. Sheriff Kinney kept a file in his desk drawer, Unexplained Animal Reports. It was an inch thick and grew steadily. Chapter 3. Slim Trails. The strangest thing was the trail. It wasn't dry like a normal snake's path. It shimmered, slimy, like mucus with a faint stink of chemicals. Some said it burned the soles of shoes. One farmer found the trail crossing directly through his barn, through it. Not around, not under, through. The boards of the barn wall had warped outward as if something massive had simply slid its way through solid wood. Then came the geese at Lake de Luna. One morning, they were simply frozen in place, mid-step, mid-honk. Not dead. Not stiff with rigor mortis. Just paused. Their eyes wide open and glassy. Animal control couldn't explain it. The geese were taken to a lab in Albuquerque. Days later, the lab was closed for fumigation. It never reopened. Chapter 4. The Scientist. Dr. Mara Ellison, a biologist from the University of New Mexico, arrived in Las Salinas under the guise of conducting a desert ecosystem survey. In truth, she'd been tracking magnetic anomalies and unexplained ecological disturbances along a band that corresponded precisely to the nuclear test fallout map. She was brilliant, skeptical, and more curious than cautious. Her notes tell a chilling progression. Day 3, unusual readings in the soil, high radiation only in slim, curving lines. Day 5, multiple prey species missing, no predators in area. Day 6, something large moved past my tent last night. I didn't open my eyes. Day 8, found the trail. Slime. It's real. It's alive. Her final entry was recorded on a handheld recorder. It's not just mutated. It's aware. I heard it. A sound, low, like a warning, like a whisper under the sand. It knew I was there. I think it knows everything that moves out here. She disappeared that same night. Her recorder was found a week later, buried beneath 3 inches of undisturbed sand. Chapter 5. A town that forgot. Years passed. The stories faded again. People moved out. The remaining locals stopped asking questions. Children were warned, "Don't go near the dry river. Don't wander at dusk." Old ranchers stopped keeping cows. People lived small lives, behind locked doors, and spoke of the snake like an old superstition, until something else went missing. Last month, the train that cuts through the desert between Dustbone and Salinas Junction failed to arrive. Search teams found the train's tracks undisturbed, the switches untouched. One empty train car was discovered 20 miles off course in a dry arroyo. No tire tracks, no engine, no crew. Only slime. Chapter 6. Still out there. No one has caught it. No one has photographed it. But some swear they've seen it, a shadow too long to be anything natural. A hiss carried on the wind before dawn. A rattle like dry corn husks twisting in rhythm. The creature waits in silence. It has no need to rush. In quiet towns where population signs never change, it feeds in peace. It doesn't bite. It doesn't roar. It whispers.